my tracks kicked everybody's butt.
Well, I need to. I need to revisit that. I mean, I haven't paid you the respect by going over everything. I mean, there's a LaToya Williams track, "Fallen Star," which is absolute gem, just hidden away on that Snoop Doggy Dogg thing, and the Houston track that you did is brilliant. So.
That's right. So
John B. John B. track off the last album. I mean, there was the Girls as well. I think you did a track with on came out through Silas. I forgot what it's called. Get Your Groove On. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. That was just 5 minutes. I was thinking about 5 minutes response.
See, that's the thing. I mean, I think you did stuff with the Rippingtons as well. I mean, I could name it pretty much verbatim of what got released. You know, and if we had all day, I would, without doubt, go over all of this stuff. But I mean, yeah, nothing goes unnoticed, and anything you need, you know where we are. So I just want to end it with some quick fire questions for you. So, what is your favourite Portrait track?
My favorite Portrait track, I can tell you this. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I can tell you this. I don't know exactly what my favorite Portrait track is, but I can tell you all that matters. I really love my work.
Okay.
I really love my work, and I mean, I love that whole. I love where I was at. I love the space of mind I was at.
And it shows because it's still, as I say, a timeless piece of work. What's your best moment?
I just really, you know.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
I was the one that got us in the door, but you know, I wasn't thinking. But this is what the album I sat down and said, "Oh, I want this to sound like this. I want it to come like this." I sat down and really produced it.
It was too ahead of its time, and that's why it's lasted. It's like the Diary of a Mad Band album for Jodeci. When that came out, it was so far ahead of its time that people weren't ready for these things. And your album, you probably don't want to be associated as, you know, on par with the Jodeci's, this world as it were, but, you know, because how big they were and everything. But that, the Portrait album was just something, you know, it was just a mark in the sand, and it was like what everybody had to aspire to, which I don't think many people did as a full concept work piece of, you know, concept album. That really did hit it.
Yeah, man, I know the music people and the fans that would like us. I thought they would love us. So, you know, at the time, I was just being me. I wasn't thinking, you know, the label probably didn't understand it, you know, but, you know, we were ahead, so that's what happened.
No, it's a great piece of work. So what's your best moment as a producer? What's your best moment, you know, in these last 15, 20 years?
1 second. I would say my defining. There's a couple. I remember getting an ASCAP award, and this is the first time. You know, I feel like getting dressed up in a tuxedo. We were all in tuxedos, and Stevie Wonder presented this award. And I remember he was on stage singing with us, and he presented the award. That was a beautiful thing for me. Or, you know, getting nominated for a Grammy with the Quincy Jones record. That was defining for me. It's so much. I mean, it's like a lot of different things define me because, like, I like to say that, you know, not only did I love the Faith Evans record, and I like the fact that the Neptunes, I beat everybody out. I beat all the head producers out for the first single, and it was obvious that mine was the best. That made me feel good because at the time, like I said, I was going through things with my son's mom, and I was, you know, I didn't know what was going on. I was living in my studio. So at the point, I'm thinking, maybe I'm not right. Maybe my shit isn't hot. So when I did that, it proved, even with heavyweight producers, it was just undeniable. And I would go to the club, and they would be playing it 2 or 3 times back to back, and I'm sitting up there watching because I don't go to clubs. So I would finally start going to clubs and watch people react when they come on, and it just made me feel really, really good. It boosted my self-esteem.
mean, that's
it's not really one defining. There's a lot of things that are defined, you know.
Yeah, but that's more than I can
Dr.
hope
Dre,
for.
you know, Dr. Dre calling me, leaving me a message. I mean, I was with Dr. Dre yesterday. You know, going in Dr. Dre's studio and playing, because I'm going to be working on Detox right now. Going in the studio, playing a track. The first one I played, he went crazy. He played it 3 or 4 times, and he brought it from me. So it's a lot of different defining moments.
Sounds like it. So who did you enjoy working with the most?
It's so hard, man. Don B is incredibly talented. You can't believe how talented he is. Busta Rhymes is more in tune than what people think. That dude really knows music. I'm trying to see who would be. You know, Jill Scott, she was the nicest lady I've ever met. She had hospitality. You know, to be honest with you, man, all of them had an experience. All the people that I worked with, it was a different experience. Even Jane from Loose Ends, that's my girl. And we wrote some stuff together because they were supposed to get in the studio and do another record. But I remember her setting in front of me, and we were writing, and she says, I want to look at you while we're writing the tune. She says, I want us to sit in front of each other and look at each other while we're writing. Even if we're sitting down from each other like we're playing chess, let's write the tune like that. She says we get into each other's mind and we feel each other and we vibe. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. You know, so it's like little different things for me, man.
Nice. Thanks.
You know, I can tell you, I might have had a greater experience working with a less-known artist than somebody that's huge. You know what I mean? So you can't count people out who don't have the notoriety.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I understand. So who would you like to work with then? Because I hear you...
Sade. That's my dream.
Sade.
If I could just get with her, I swear to God, I could have something for her that she don't need nobody anyway, but I think we could do something beautiful.
So let me just introduce JOe Decidal at this point. I'd just like to introduce him. I think he's got a couple of things he just wants to say to you.
Hey Michael, how you doing?
How you doing?
Cool, man. I just wanted to take it back to some of the New Jack stuff that you did for a second. Your second single off the first album was Honey Dip. You had one mix on there which was called the DJ Goes to the Bathroom mix. Who came up with that idea?
Well, can I say this? And I said it to my man before. See, New Jack Swing came out in '86, and I never did anything based on New Jack. And as much as I respect New Jack, it's crazy, but it's not a New Jack. It was a new era for us. It was not really New Jack. I mean, just because Teddy Riley was not as big as Teddy Riley was. I know as big as as long as he was big, then New Jack was big. But actually, it wasn't really New Jack. It was more like, because if you think about it, Mint Condition wasn't New Jack. It wasn't New Jack Swing. We were kind of like experimenting with the new sound. So I don't really like to be, and I love New Jack. I love Teddy. He's one of my favorites. But it wasn't really New Jack. I mean, maybe you guys call it New Jack, but
maybe just Here We Go Again. I think people really related that. You'd hear something like Here We Go Again, and straight after that you'd hear something like Bubba, I Like Your Style in Clubs, and it was like these two tracks were like perfect. And then that Honey Dip mix, the one I was just talking about.
Right, you know what, you guys, you're right. The era was New Jack, I guess, because they always played Rum Shaker and us back to back in the clubs or on the radio. So you know, it was that era.